Have you ever had that feeling? A word hovering just out of reach, dancing on the edge of your consciousness but refusing to fully emerge? You know it, you can almost taste it, but it stays stubbornly elusive. If you've experienced this, you are far from alone. This incredibly common cognitive event, where a familiar word or name temporarily evades recall, is a universal human experience. It's not a sign of a failing mind, but rather a normal, often fascinating part of how our brains process and retrieve information. Many of us internally question our memory when this happens, perhaps even feeling a pang of worry. Yet, this momentary mental blip is a shared thread woven through the tapestry of human cognition, a testament to the complex, intricate workings of the mind. It is simply your brain doing its remarkable work, even when it feels like it's momentarily stuck. For many, the first thought that arises during a tip-of-the-tongue moment is often a fear. Is this the start of serious memory loss? This worry is deeply understandable, particularly as we age and become more attuned to changes in our cognitive abilities. However, it's crucial to understand that the tip-of-the-tongue phenomenon is typically distinct from more significant memory issues. It isn't about forgetting information entirely. It's about a temporary roadblock in accessing it. This distinction is vital, as it shifts our perspective from alarm to curiosity about what might actually be happening behind the scenes. In this exploration, we will delve into the fascinating world of the tip-of-the-tongue phenomenon, uncovering 5 powerful reasons why this experience occurs. We'll move beyond the frustration and worry, offering insights rooted in real cognitive science and the rhythms of a life well lived. By understanding the intricate mechanisms at play, you may begin to see these moments not as flaws, but as fascinating signals from a remarkably active mind. This isn't just about managing a minor annoyance. It's about reframing your relationship with your memory, appreciating its incredible capacity, and recognizing that your brain isn't failing. Instead, it's a sign of a truly full and rich library of experience. Now let's delve into the first powerful reason behind the tip-of-the-tongue phenomenon, what is known as retrieval blockage. Imagine your brain as an incredibly vast, intricate network, a bustling city of thoughts and words. Retrieval blockage occurs when, for a temporary moment, the brain experiences a kind of mental traffic jam. The information you seek, that elusive word or name, is absolutely stored within this city. It hasn't vanished. Instead, the pathways to access it are momentarily obstructed or slowed. It's not a sign that the information is lost, but rather that the brain is taking a brief pause or detouring through its immense collection of knowledge before locating the exact item you need. This temporary inability to access specific information is a common and normal part of how our cognitive system operates. To understand this mental traffic jam, it helps to appreciate how our brain organizes information. Memory isn't a simple filing cabinet where each piece of data sits in its own separate drawer. Instead, it's a highly organized, interconnected web, a dynamic library where every book, every word, every concept is linked to countless others. Words are not just stored in isolation. They are intricately connected by meaning, by sound, by the experiences associated with them. When you learn a new word or concept, your brain doesn't just put it away. It weaves it into this existing tapestry, forming new connections and strengthening old ones. This creates a rich, dense network of knowledge, making the brain's filing system a marvel of complexity and interconnectedness. This intricate organization also explains the distinctive near-miss sensation that defines the tip-of-the-tongue experience. You often feel you know the meaning of the word, perhaps its first letter, or even how many syllables it has, but the word itself remains just out of reach. This feeling isn't a trick of the mind. It's a profound indication that the information is indeed present. Your brain has successfully navigated to the asterisk neighborhood of the word, accessing its semantic details and associated concepts, but the final, precise address, the phonological form of the word, is temporarily elusive. It's like standing right outside a house, knowing exactly who lives there, but not being able to open the door at that exact moment. This proves the memory is not gone, merely momentarily inaccessible. So when you experience retrieval blockage, it's not a sign of a failing memory, but rather a testament to your brain's remarkably full and active library. Think of your mind as an extensive, well-stocked library, accumulated over a lifetime of learning, experiences, and conversations. Occasional traffic or a momentary delay in finding a specific book in such a vast and rich collection is not only normal but expected. It signifies a brain brimming with a lifetime of knowledge, wisdom, and vocabulary. Far from being a flaw, the tip-of-the-tongue phenomenon, in this context, is a quiet celebration of the immense amount of information your brain holds and continues to manage with astonishing diligence. Beyond the intricate network of memory storage, another significant reason for the tip-of-the-tongue phenomenon lies in the natural evolution of our cognitive processing. As the years pass, the brain's processing speed can subtly, yet naturally, decrease. This isn't a sign of intelligence declining or a fundamental flaw. Rather, it's a normal part of the aging journey, much like how a seasoned athlete might find their movements a little less swift than in their prime. This shift affects how quickly the brain navigates its vast internal landscape, influencing the speed at which it can retrieve specific pieces of information. It's an adjustment, a gentle recalibration of our internal clock, and understanding this can alleviate much of the worry when a word momentarily eludes us. To truly grasp this shift, consider the microscopic world within the brain. Over a lifetime, the efficiency of neural pathways and synaptic connections can undergo subtle changes. These are the intricate electrical highways and junctions where information travels. While the brain remains remarkably adept and continues to form new connections, the speed at which signals traverse these pathways can become slightly slower. This means that retrieving a specific word from the expansive mental library might take a fraction of a second longer than it once did. It's not that the information is lost, it simply takes a little more time for the brain's internal search engine to pinpoint and deliver it. This extended journey, though imperceptible from the outside, is precisely what creates that familiar, just out of reach, sensation. Adding another layer to this cognitive dance is the concept of inhibitory control. This is the brain's remarkable ability to filter out distractions and suppress irrelevant information, allowing us to focus on what truly matters. In younger years, this system works with swift precision, helping us zero in on the exact word we need. However, as we age, this inhibitory control can sometimes become too efficient or perhaps less precise. It might block the correct word, deeming it less immediately accessible, while paradoxically allowing similar yet incorrect words to surface. It's like a mental gatekeeper that's trying its best to organize the flow of information, but occasionally, in its diligence, it temporarily misdirects the very word you're seeking. This explains why an incorrect word might pop into mind, feeling almost right, yet still not quite the one you need. When we encounter these moments of cognitive slowing, or the unexpected workings of inhibitory control, it's essential to reframe our perspective. These aren't indicators of a brain that is failing. They are, in fact, signs of a brain that is still intricately working, adapting, and managing an astonishing amount of information. Your brain is a testament to decades of learning, adapting, and navigating a complex world. The occasional tip-of-the-tongue moment simply reflects the dynamic, ever-adjusting nature of this incredible organ. It is a reminder to appreciate the continuous, subtle efforts your brain makes every single day to process, store, and retrieve the wealth of knowledge you've accumulated throughout your rich life. Beyond the intricate mechanisms of brain organization and processing speed, there lies another powerful, often overlooked layer influencing the tip-of-the-tongue phenomenon: our emotional landscape. These moments when a word feels just out of reach are not purely biological occurrences. They are deeply intertwined with our thoughts and feelings. The quiet stirrings of stress, the subtle anxieties, or even a heightened sense of self-consciousness can create an undercurrent that makes the simple act of word retrieval significantly harder. It's a subtle interplay where the mind's emotional state can momentarily cloud its cognitive efficiency. Consider the pressure that can arise in a social setting, perhaps during a lively conversation or when sharing a story. There's an internal desire to articulate thoughts clearly, to recall names or details swiftly, and to generally appear sharp and engaged. When a word hesitates on the tip of the tongue in such a moment, it can trigger a wave of self-consciousness. A fear of appearing forgetful or slow can creep in, creating a feedback loop where the very act of worrying about forgetting makes the word even more elusive. This internal pressure isn't a flaw in memory itself, but rather a temporary block created by the mind's own performance anxiety. This emotional impact isn't just a fleeting feeling. It has a physiological basis. When the mind experiences stress or anxiety, even mild forms, it can release stress hormones like cortisol. These hormones, while vital for our fight-or-flight response, can temporarily impact the hippocampus, a brain region crucial for memory formation and retrieval. A stressed mind, much like a cluttered room when you're upset, struggles to efficiently sort through its vast contents to locate a specific item. The pathways to stored information become less direct, less accessible, making it harder for the brain to zero in on the exact word it needs amidst its immense library of knowledge. Therefore, when the tip of the tongue sensation arises during moments of stress or self-consciousness, it's not a sign of a failing mind, but often an invitation for kindness. Understanding this emotional link encourages us to pause, breathe, and ease the internal pressure. Instead of berating oneself, a gentle approach can actually help the words surface more readily. This experience can be a quiet signal from the mind, asking for a moment of calm, suggesting that perhaps a little less self-criticism and a little more patience will serve its intricate workings far better. It shifts the perspective from worry to an opportunity for self-compassion. Another powerful, yet often subtle reason for the tip-of-the-tongue phenomenon lies in the very fabric of our modern lives and daily habits. It's not just about what happens inside our brains, but how our environment and the choices we make every day profoundly shape our cognitive functions. We live in an era of unprecedented information density, where a constant stream of data flows around us. This modern landscape presents unique challenges to our memory systems, challenging our brains in ways previous generations never experienced. These are not flaws in our cognitive machinery, but rather the effects of a brain navigating an ever-changing world. Consider for a moment the sheer volume of information the modern brain processes daily. From the morning news headlines and scrolling social media feeds to endless emails and streaming content, our minds are constantly bombarded. This continuous influx of data can be likened to trying to navigate a bustling city during rush hour. There are countless pathways, but also many potential traffic jams. When our working memory is consistently full, processing this vast amount of external stimuli, it can temporarily impede the brain's ability to access specific details or words that are stored deep within our long-term memory. The desired word is certainly there, but the mental pathways to retrieve it might be momentarily congested by the sheer busyness of the mind. Adding to this information density is a growing reliance on technology, which, while incredibly convenient, has subtly reshaped our cognitive habits. Smartphones and search engines offer instant answers, reducing the need for active memory retrieval in daily life. Why struggle for a name or a fact when a quick search delivers it in seconds? This ease, however, means our brains get less practice with the muscle of active recall. Just as a physical muscle can weaken without regular exercise, the pathways our brain uses to retrieve information can become less efficient when they are not frequently engaged. The information is still stored, but the act of pulling it forth becomes a less practiced and thus sometimes slower process. This isn't a sign of memory failure, but rather a reflection of the modern brain's unique adaptations to a new information landscape. Our brains are evolving, learning to manage immense data while integrating powerful external tools. The occasional tip-of-the-tongue moment, therefore, can be seen as a gentle nudge from your brain, a reminder that it thrives on active engagement. By making conscious choices to practice active recall, perhaps by trying to remember a name before looking it up, or engaging in conversations that require deeper thought, we can mitigate these effects. It's about a thoughtful integration of technology with sustained cognitive exercise, empowering your brain to maintain its agility in this new world. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. The fifth reason for the tip of the tongue phenomenon, and perhaps the most encouraging, centers on the sheer richness of your mental landscape, the semantic network density. As the years unfold, so too does your knowledge, vocabulary, and life experience. Every conversation, every book, every new skill learned adds to an intricate tapestry of information within your mind. This ever-growing reservoir of understanding is a testament to a life well lived, a brain that has constantly absorbed and processed the world around it. However, this very abundance can, paradoxically, contribute to those moments when a word feels just out of reach. It's not a sign of decline, but rather a reflection of a mind so full, so intricately connected, that sometimes the sheer volume of information creates a momentary complexity in retrieval. To understand this, imagine your brain's memory as a vast, interconnected web. Every word, every concept, every memory is a node, linked by threads of meaning, sound, context, and personal experience to countless others. When you try to recall a specific word, your brain initiates a search through this intricate network. In younger years, with fewer connections, the path to a specific word might be relatively direct, but with a lifetime of learning, this network becomes incredibly dense. A single search query doesn't just activate the target word's immediate neighbors. It can subtly awaken a multitude of related words, similar concepts, or even words that sound alike. This activation of many nearby items creates a kind of internal competition, making it momentarily harder to isolate and retrieve the precise word you are seeking from amidst the wealth of possibilities. Consider it like trying to navigate a bustling, vibrant city that has grown over many decades. When the city was small, finding a specific shop was simple, with few roads and landmarks. But now, after a lifetime of expansion, the city is a sprawling metropolis with countless streets, intersections, and avenues leading to similar neighborhoods. You know the shop is there, you know its general area, and you might even recognize some nearby storefronts. Yet because there are so many potential routes and so much activity, you might encounter a temporary traffic jam or a momentary detour that prevents you from reaching your exact destination immediately. This doesn't mean the shop is gone or that you've forgotten how to drive. It simply means there are more paths, more information, and more connections for your brain to sift through. Therefore, when you experience a tip-of-the-tongue moment due to semantic network density, it's not a failing of your memory. It is, in fact, a powerful affirmation of a life exceptionally well lived. It is a direct consequence of having accumulated a vast wealth of knowledge, a rich vocabulary, and a deep understanding of the world. Each instance of an elusive word can be reframed not as a frustration, but as a subtle reminder of the immense intellectual treasury you possess. It is a sign of accumulated wisdom, a breadth of education, and a depth of experience that few ever achieve. Embracing this perspective allows you to celebrate the incredible capacity of your mind and the journey it has taken, rather than fretting over a minor, temporary delay in accessing its magnificent contents. When a word is stubbornly poised at the very edge of your awareness, the natural instinct is often to push harder, to strain your mind to grasp it. Yet, this often creates a counterproductive mental tension, a cognitive knot that only tightens the blockage. A more effective approach is to gently embrace the pause. Instead of forcing the recall, allow your mind a brief respite. Take a deep breath, shift your attention to something else entirely, or simply acknowledge the temporary absence of the word without judgment. Often, it is in this moment of release, when the pressure is off, that the elusive word will quietly surface on its own, a testament to your brain's incredible, albeit sometimes indirect, retrieval processes. Your brain's vast library of knowledge is not a random collection. It is a meticulously interconnected web. When a word is temporarily lost, another powerful strategy involves leveraging context and cues. Instead of fixating solely on the missing word, Try to mentally review the surrounding details. Where did you last hear or use this word? What was the topic of conversation? Who were you speaking with? By actively recalling related information, sounds, or even visual images associated with the word, you are essentially providing your brain with alternative pathways to the desired memory. It's like searching for a book by remembering the shelf it was on, the books next to it, or even the color of its cover. These associative links can often unlock the retrieval blockage, guiding your mind back to the right connection. Just as physical muscles benefit from regular exercise, your cognitive retrieval pathways stay more agile with mindful engagement. Proactive mental exercise, especially activities that demand active recall, can significantly support your brain's ability to access information. This isn't about rote memorization, but about engaging with new information and expressing existing knowledge. Reading, engaging in lively discussions, learning a new skill, or tackling puzzles like crosswords and Sudoku all encourage your brain to actively retrieve and manipulate information. While brain games are not a magic cure, they can serve as enjoyable tools to keep your neural connections robust and well-practiced, ensuring that the pathways to your full library remain open and frequently traveled. While occasional tip-of-the-tongue moments are a perfectly normal part of a rich and active mind, it's natural to sometimes feel a deeper concern about memory changes. It is important to distinguish between these normal, temporary retrieval blips and more pervasive memory difficulties. If your TOT experiences become significantly more frequent, if they are accompanied by broader concerns about your memory, or if they begin to genuinely impact your daily functioning and independence, it is always wise to speak with a healthcare professional. This isn't about panicking, but about seeking reassurance and guidance. A doctor can help rule out other conditions, assess your overall cognitive health, and offer personalized advice, ensuring you have the support needed to navigate this stage of life with confidence and peace of mind. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 5 below to let me know which of these practical strategies resonated most with you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward to our final thoughts. As this exploration of the tip-of-the-tongue phenomenon draws to a close, it's worth taking a moment to reflect on the insights shared. We've journeyed through 5 powerful reasons why words might feel just out of reach. We began by understanding the brain's occasional retrieval blockage, a temporary mental traffic jam in a vast network of information. Then, we examined the natural cognitive slowing and the complex role of inhibitory control, processes that illustrate the brain's intricate adjustments with age. We also delved into the emotional undercurrents, how stress and self-consciousness can create mental blocks, and how modern habits, with their constant information overload and reduced need for active recall, shape our cognitive landscape. Finally, we celebrated semantic network density, recognizing that a lifetime of accumulated knowledge can sometimes make retrieval a more complex, yet ultimately rich, experience. Each of these reasons offers a unique lens, transforming our understanding of these common moments. What emerges from this deeper understanding is a profound reaffirmation. The tip-of-the-tongue phenomenon is not a sign of a failing memory, but rather a testament to a working, complex, and evolving one. None of the reasons we've explored point to something inherently wrong or broken within the mind. Instead, they reveal a brain that is still actively processing, adapting, and managing an incredible wealth of information accumulated over a lifetime. It is a brain continuously striving to make sense of the world, to connect ideas, and to retrieve the right word from its vast internal library. This understanding invites a powerful shift in self-perception, moving away from self-criticism or worry, and towards an appreciation for the enduring vitality and intricate operations of your own cognitive system. The true power of these insights lies in their ability to foster understanding and self-compassion. When the elusive word momentarily escapes, knowing why it happens transforms that fleeting frustration into a moment of gentle curiosity. This awareness allows for a more compassionate approach to your own mind, replacing harsh judgment with patience and kindness. It encourages you to step back, take a breath, and trust that the information is still there, simply taking a brief detour. This connection between understanding and self-compassion is vital, as it empowers you to make wiser choices for your cognitive well-being. By recognizing the subtle cues your brain provides, you can better support its ongoing work, creating an environment that encourages optimal function and reduces unnecessary stress. Ultimately, the tip-of-the-tongue experience can be seen as a minor, fascinating inconvenience of possessing a truly magnificent, full library of life. It is a direct consequence of a mind enriched by decades of learning, experience, and wisdom. Every book, every story, every piece of knowledge you've gathered makes your mental library vast and intricate. So, when a word momentarily hides amongst the shelves, it is not because the library is empty, but because it is so wonderfully full. This perspective invites you to embrace your rich life experience, seeing your memory not as something that might occasionally falter, but as a living testament to your remarkable journey. It is a celebration of the depth of your knowledge and the enduring capacity of your mind. As we conclude this discussion, we invite you to reflect on what resonated most with you today. What new understanding did you gain about your own cognitive experiences? Please share one thing you learned and how you plan to use it in your daily life by leaving a comment below. Your thoughts are incredibly valuable to us and to this growing community, offering both insights and encouragement. If you found this video helpful and enlightening, please consider liking it, subscribing to our channel, and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. Your support helps us continue creating resources that inform and inspire. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to connecting with you again soon.